Hello, hello. Yes, I know. I was not here for last week, and I do apologize. But it's been a lot going on. It was Thanksgiving week, and my relationship and work, and it's just been a lot going on. So I haven't had time to really sit down and talk to you guys. So this is going to be a two-parter. It's going to act as two episodes, but it's going to be a two-parter. We got some catching up to do, y'all. Let's have a seat and let's get into some shit. Linkin with Robbie. So dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkin with Robbie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the Linkin with Robbie podcast. This is episode 35. If you're listening to this right now, episode 36 should also be posted as well. How has everybody been? How was everyone's Thanksgiving? How was the past weekend? How was work? How was relationships, family, all your social life type shit? How you doing right now? Me, honestly, I'm doing the best I can. Um, Honestly, truly, there's nothing wrong going on in my life. Everything seems to be going in a positive direction. And I love that for me. I really, really do. And it has my mental in such a good place to not be stressed out and freaking out and upset about little things. Now I just have to deal with my own insecurities. Yay, me. No, but for real, y'all, my insecurities have really been getting the best of me. And it's there's no one at fault but my own demons, I guess you could say. So last Friday night, right? I had a dream, a nightmare, so you will, where I was at somebody's house or an apartment or maybe my own. I'm not really sure. And a large amount of my past flings and exes were all there kissing and making out and messing around right in front of me. And I felt so uncomfortable and so triggered. I'm not sure if in the dream I was in a relationship with one of them currently, probably which would explain the crash out. But I definitely crashed out and I woke up and it had me feeling really weird. And I had to look into it to really figure out what the fuck is going on. Why am I dreaming about all these niggas? And why are they all in one vicinity together doing something? And why is it happening in front of me? And I had so many questions. And when I really looked at it and really, went on Google, of course. And, you have that dream and you go on Google and like, what does this dream mean? I looked into it and basically it wasn't a literal meaning for it. So it doesn't mean that I miss those people that was in my dream or I'm upset about those people. I don't believe that's it because a lot of those people don't even know each other. So I'm not sure what the correlation would be outside of them being tied to me. And when I looked into it, it had one little example or one background to what the dream could be about that made a lot of sense to me. And it was basically that I'm in a new relationship and I'm insecure about certain things happening. And when I looked in the room of my dream, the dream room, I guess you could say, or wherever I was located, the people that were there were people that have cheated on me or done something that I could deem as betrayal worthy. Just people in a room that have broken my trust. And so what it lends me to believe is that I'm sitting here having these dreams because subconsciously I'm afraid this new person is going to do the same thing. And it's such a slippery slope because I'm trying my hardest not to self-sabotage because he hasn't done anything. He has not caused any alarm. He has not given me a reason to not trust him. He has not done anything possible to hurt me or make me think he's cheating or anything. But here I am having these subconscious fears. I'm literally having so much fear and anxiety about it that I'm having a nightmare about it. And it's all because of my past trauma. And I get it, because normally when I jump into a relationship, I'm blissful. Like, you can't tell me anything wrong about this person. I'm super happy. I'm just blindly in love and running around on clouds. But that's not who I am today. I'm not like that. It took me a very long time to actually open up to this guy. A very long time. And that was because of my insecurities. That was because of my jadedness. That was because of the wall that I had built to protect myself from people taking advantage or hurting me. And I guess because I don't want to be that naive boy again, everything that could be a red flag, I'm deeming it as a red flag. And it's scaring me. And it's nothing because he hasn't done anything. And I think that's what's messed me up, because typically, like I said, I'm always like running around blissful and happy when I'm in a relationship. And usually they have to do a lot of things for me to finally start paying attention to any wrongs they're doing or notice any red flags. Now I'm on high alert prior to them doing something. And I think sometimes I can cause like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way where I'm sitting here thinking this person is going to do something. And by my actions or how I'm maneuvering, I'm kind of pushing him to do something like that. I don't know. And I'm trying not to do that. I really am. There's a reason why I haven't been in a relationship since 2022. And it's not just because I was hurt and trying to get over an ex. It was also because I was trying to find the way to love somebody else again. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't think I was capable of it. For a while, I didn't think I could have sex without substance. Like, there were sex without substances. There were times in these past few years where I just did not see it possible for me to do this, what I'm doing now. And even when I met him a year ago, which I knew him before then, but met him in the talking state, I wasn't sure. I had just got done messing with somebody else and talking to somebody else. And I was like, you know what? This guy, he was interested in me. Why not give him a chance? Gave him a chance. We started getting cool, but it never really went anywhere because I was guarded. I didn't take him serious, and I didn't know if he was really taking me serious or not. I didn't want to figure it out. It didn't matter. But fast forward to today, and we're in a relationship, we're exclusive, and people are realizing we're in a relationship, and a lot of conversations are being had. And he knows everything I've been through, and he knows how can I put it, scarred I am in a way, and petrified I am when it comes to relationships. So he understands that. So he's been patient with me. But the one thing I can say that I do appreciate so much about him, I'm sorry, this episode's not supposed to be about my man, but here we are. One thing I do appreciate about him is the fact that he's able to communicate. And not just able to express how you feel about something, but hear me out, and he's willing to. We could have a minor disagreement and we can go our separate ways, go to sleep or whatever like that. And he'll wake up in the morning, he'll roll over and was like, okay, so babe, are you ready to talk about it? Because we have to talk about it. What did you mean by this? What's going on here? I would never hurt you. He does a lot of reassuring, but I do know that it's not fair for him to have to keep reassuring me, you know, especially when he hasn't done anything. It will be different if he's done something again, but he hasn't. Like, he hasn't done anything. I'm just on high alert. So that means certain friends he may have, I'm a little bit less comfortable with, but I'm not saying anything. But deep down, I'm kind of like, who is that? Where he came from? what he doing. Like, you don't understand. When you have a nigga that you're dating and when they go get their car washed, they getting their dick sucked at a cruising spot, your mind gets fucked up. Your mind gets fucked up. You can't trust your man to go out with his homeboys because he says he's with his homeboys, but he's really with somebody he's been fucking on that you never knew about. And that kind of fucks with your mind because you can't see everything. You can't, well, I mean, you can try to see everything. They got cameras and shit for that. But you can try to be everywhere at all times, but you can't. And I don't want to monitor him that way. That's why I haven't gone through no phone, which Lord knows I've thought about it. But I have not gone through any phone. I haven't did much background search trying to figure out anything. I haven't been asking questions around. I haven't been trying to, pry and figure out this and that. I just look at it like I'm trying to enjoy the moment. And that's what I'm trying to do in every aspect of my life. When it comes to work, when it comes to my social life and just everything, I'm trying to enjoy the moment and stop overthinking everything. Like, my God, today, I overthink so much. I literally can sit around sometimes, overanalyze something, and make it way bigger and way more catastrophic than it is. And it's my fault because I'm just able to do that. And I wish there was a way I didn't have to. Like, I wish there was a way I could be more cool. You know what I mean? Like, not like that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyways, how was y'all Thanksgiving though? Because my Thanksgiving was an interesting one. I cooked the night before, cooked that day, finished cooking, and then my dude randomly calls me and is like, okay, get dressed. I'm on my way. I want you to spend Thanksgiving with me. I'm going to be going to house to house. He's one of them dudes. Like, see, I grew up with a family where we had Thanksgiving at our house and we ate there. And he grew up going from house to house, picking up plates. So he wanted me to go with him. And I was just like, okay. And he was freaking out because I was going to be his mom. And needless to say, I met his mom. So, and she was really nice, really nice. It wasn't nothing to be worried about. He was more worried about a lot of things that I don't think even crossed her mind, honestly. I'm very respectful when it comes to adults. I'm an adult. When it comes to elders, I'm very respectful and I'm very well mannered. So typically there's no issue when it comes to me meeting someone's family. Typically they're going to like me. If my energy comes off wrong, it's because of the energy that I'm getting from them or my spouse and partner, which I've dealt with in the past, but that's not going on right now. So Thanksgiving was cool. It was cute. It wasn't nothing extravagant. I'm not really all that excited for Christmas, but it's coming. So there's that. And I have to buy my mom a gift. I have to get my grandmother a gift. And I got to get my dude a gift. I don't know what I'm getting anybody. No one. I have no clue. Mama says she want AirPods. And I'm like, lady, I'm not getting you AirPods because then I got to get insurance. Because you're going to lose them. You lose everything. Like, everything. Like, ridiculously everything. She can lose whatever. Like, she'll go from the kitchen to the room and somehow lose everything she's ever had, and I don't know how. She'll lose her phone, her keys, anything, and it's just ridiculous. So I don't see myself investing in that. And what is she gonna need it for? She don't even use Apple Music. She listens to YouTube. I don't think she needs AirPods, but whatever. I need some new AirPods, if anything. I don't know why she thinks she needs some. I need some before she does. So I'm probably going to get her something, but I just don't know what. She don't go nowhere. So it's not like I can get her something that she leaves and does or whatever. But I'll figure it out. My grandmother's going to be simple because, again, she doesn't go anywhere. She's wheelchair bound. So, I mean, what can I get her? Some new wheels? Like, I mean, she doesn't go anywhere. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. My dude, I have no clue what I'm getting him. His birthday was just on December 1st. So I had to get him something then. I got him some MCM cologne. It was a cologne that he had mentioned that he wanted. And I got him some roses, some white roses to match with the bag. The gift bag, just extra like that. And yeah, I want to do something sweet like that. I could have went further out, but his birthday is in December. Christmas is in December. We're doing Christmas Eve gifts and we're doing Christmas Day gifts. So yeah, I don't really see would be how that would be possible for me to do all that and still have December still coming around at the end. With so many different events and stuff and buying gifts all year, all month long. I'm not doing that. But yeah, outside of that, my Thanksgiving was pretty good. Like I said, I spent time with him. We went around or whatever, went home. Well, oh my God, I'm calling it home. Went back to his apartment, chilled there, slept there or whatever. Came back that Friday night, spent the weekend, spent the night, Monday night. Like, that is honestly why I haven't been able to record. I ain't been home. I won't lie. I have not been home. I've been spending most of my time up on a nigga. I'm sorry. Throw the tomatoes at me. Boo, boo, boo. I get it. But when you're in a relationship and everything going good, yeah, you want to spend your time with that person. And I was getting tired of him trying to say I was a sneaky link type of dude because he was only seeing me on the weekends. He was like, oh, yeah, I don't never get to see you, but on the weekends, I guess we just sneaky linking. Okay, I'll see you on a random Wednesday then. Fine, God damn it. Like, guys can be so needy sometimes, and I'm needy. And so is he. So I can't even get mad about the crash out. You know what I mean? Outside of that, because a lot has been going on, and I've been trying to keep up with what's going on in the media while I've been in love, and it's a lot. It's really a lot. Let me get my ducks in the order. Let me get what's on the docket. What is on the docket, y'all? Let me pull my phone out. I have been saving stuff for the past week or so that I've been finding, and I just have to see what I'm talking about first. Let's see here. Okay, so in the past week or so, they finally buried Girl La La. Or is it Girl La La? I don't remember. It's one of the two. But they finally buried her, and it was a big controversy because the family wanted to bury her as he, dressed as a boy. Now, she wasn't trans, but I do believe she identified as she. That's how she carried herself. That's how she presented herself, and so on and so forth. The family had their reasoning for why they wanted to bury her dressed the way they wanted to, and the public did not agree. The public was pissed. When I tell you for like a week straight, I was seeing people just dragging the family, just dragging the daddy, dragging the mom, just going in about it. And I was just kind of like, I get everyone has an opinion. I mean, is that probably how she wanted to be buried? Hell, fuck no. But at the same time, that's the parents and the family's right to bury them how they want. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, what can you do? Like, unless you're paying for the funeral, arranging the funeral, or have any ties to the person deeper than the family, you really don't have a lot of opinion in this, and you kind of gotta sit it out. Is it disappointing that they didn't bury her the way she would want to be buried? Sure, but that's them. That's their demons they gotta fight. If they are that uncomfortable with the way she identified or carried herself on a day-to-day basis, to the fact where they had to bury her as how they wanted to see her, that's their business. Everybody grieves different. Maybe they wanted to see her as a boy one last time. I really don't know. But it's no one's right or place to get that upset about it. People were really up in arms. Like, I understood it enough to be like, have a comment or two. But I was not gonna be ranting and raving about that. She's gone now. I mean, she's gone. Let's just call a spade a spade. She's gone. And I think the conversation that's more important is not how she's dressed. Honestly. It's the murder itself. I would rather focus my anger there. Versus how she was buried. Because at this point, I think that's just very small things to a giant. Because at the end of the day, whether she's buried in the dress or buried in the suit, none of that is going to change what happened and how she was taken from here. I'm pretty sure she's probably more bothered by the fact that she's gone versus than what she had on. But I understand funerals. This be happening at funerals all the time. People, family members within families, fall out because of how somebody's buried. Oh my God, why is she wearing that dress? And why is she wearing that wig? And why is she doing this? And I feel like funerals, and because of grieving and because of mourning, it brings out the worst in some people, which is death, of course. But it could bring out a lot of dark issues and differences in the family that you may not realize or recognize while the living is living. Then someone dies and it just always causes some like catastrophe or some type of insane beef or feud that no one realized that people been beefing over. Like, I don't know, so many things like take place during funerals or outside of funerals or because of a funeral, and maybe they weren't comfortable with the way she carried herself. Maybe they weren't comfortable with her identified as a girl. That's their cross to bear. That is for them to deal with and them to get past, because honestly, truly, they didn't have a say in the matter. She still identified the way she did, you know? And they chose to bury her how they chose. I think they should have buried her as she would like to be buried, but I don't think she wanted to be buried at all. So I don't really know where to go with that conversation. Like, because again, you don't have the right to, how can I say this? Not the right. You do have the right to speak on something, but you don't have the power of authority to go over the family. I mean, like, if the family want to do that, that's what they're going to do. What can you do? What can you do about it? It's not much you can do. You have to just get over it, honestly. And I think a lot of people are just hurting because of her death, and they're just taking their frustrations out on the family. But I really think the energy and the anger needs to be directed where it belongs, and that's to the murderer. That's who we should be mad at, because we wouldn't be arguing about how she should be buried if she was still alive. And that's just how I see that. Next on my docket, let's see. Listen, did y'all see Portia and her new stud pop out? They popped out for her birthday. Her new girlfriend, her name is Sway. She had a birthday party. Portia popped out with her, and she just did a hard lunch all over social media with her new, I keep wanting to say new man, her new stud. Like, and I just love it because we always knew Portia was like bisexual, bi-curious, somewhere along those lines, somewhere in the spectrum. And we always knew that because she's always been, well, not from the beginning, but somewhere along the lines, Portia became very outspoken about her dealings with women. And it's just nice seeing her dating somebody, and it's just like, look at Portia, and the stud is cute. So it's like, okay, and they look good together. It's interesting. It's a crazy hard lunch. I am here for it because it is crazy that Portia is popping out with a new, well, I guess you won't say new stud because it's been rumored she's been dating her for a minute, but finally revealing her new girl. And can they reveal her divorce? It is a lot going on in the Atlanta streets, and it's crazy. For those who keep up with Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy and Todd, they getting a divorce. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I gotta let Bertha say it.
They never got no picture. We was telling you a story, Mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
She knew. She knew from the get-go. And you know what? Mama Joyce was right. Everybody was right. Okay, we get it. Because not only they getting a divorce, but now he's trying to seek sole primary custody, which is crazy. And he's trying to fight the prenup that she made him sign. Now, why would you go and do that? Like, why are you trying to do all that? Like, now, I can see the argument if he is already like the sole caregiver of the kids. Like, if he spends the most time with the kids while she's doing her business deals and she's on tour here and there, I can see that argument. But she's the more established and the more financially able parent of the two. So it'll be an interesting argument. And again, they have a prenup. So I'm trying to see how this is going to go, because I thought they was just supposed to split things down. Whatever they came in with is what they leave with. I thought that's how it was going to be. But he's trying to fight all that. So good luck down there, I guess, in Atlanta. Atlanta got a lot of shit going on. And I see a lot of people moving there. And it won't be me. Speaking of, oh my God, it's a lot going on. I'm telling y'all, we need to send some prayers up for Funky Dineva. He's been diagnosed with stage 1 prostate cancer. It's a lot. That is scary. Like, cancer is one of the biggest things that terrifies me, because so many people end up with it at young ages, older ages. And because there's so many different forms of cancer, sometimes you don't see it coming. And sometimes you're lucky enough that you catch it in the first stage, that, you're able to actually do what you have to do to beat it. But for those who don't catch it in stage 1, they catch it at a later stage. It's like, fuck, cancer, bro. Like, prostate cancer is wild to me. It is really wild. And I know he's had his own trials and tribulations throughout his life, and he had his own up and downs with drugs and whatever else he's had going on. And to now be dealing with cancer, it's like, my goodness. Can it stop for 2 days? Can something stop for 2 days? Just for 2 days. Like, everybody calm down. It does not have to be, in my opinion, it does not have to be a constant onslaught of just trauma. Damn, life. Like, you see some people's lives and they go through their entire life and it's all just normal, boring, basic shit. And then you see somebody else's life and it's just trauma. And then it's like, what the hell are the chances that you end up with a life like that? And even though I've had some bad shit happen to me and I've been through the ringer myself, I don't think I've had a life filled with a bunch of trauma. I've had some in my life. I do have some demons in my closet and some issues that I'm dealing with, but fuck my life. Like, what do I even say to that? Like, that is crazy when you have to face so many trials over and over again. You beat one demon, now you got another demon to fight, and it's just, that's how life is. But it's like, damn, people don't understand why some people want to give up, because, girl, I gotta keep fighting every day. I lose this battle or I win this battle, then I gotta go into another battle next week. Like, and I ain't even signed up to be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy when you put it into that perspective. No one asked to be here. No one asked to be put on this earth. Yet we have to battle on this godforsaken planet every day of our lives, fighting for our life every day. Feel like fucking Sophia. All my life I had to fight, because that's how it is. Honestly, truly. Now listen, y'all. In honor of Thanksgiving, I have to bring up this topic that I saw. And I have to read it. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to read it. Fleet Labs report over 9,000 enemas expected to sell out during Thanksgiving rush. Now, mind you, this was posted prior to Thanksgiving, which I'm pretty sure they did sell out. Yeah, I am pretty sure that's what happened, because the amount of fleeting that probably went on after Thanksgiving is probably unmatched, unheard of. 9,000? Let me read it. According to Fleet Labs, an unexpected turn for the holiday season, Fleet Labs announced Wednesday that more than 9,000 units of its popular Fleet sailing enema are projected to sell out over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The company cites historic levels of culinary enthusiasm. What the fuck? What kind of way to explain it? As the main driver of the surge. We typically see a bump around big food holidays. Oh my God, this is crazy work. We typically see a bump around big food holidays, said a Fleet Loud spokesperson, but this year's numbers are unprecedented. Retailers across the country are already reporting low inventory, with some pharmacies placing limit 2 per customer signs next to the bright green and blue boxes. One store manager in Ohio described the buying frenzy as Black Friday meets digestive responsibility. This is crazy work. I mean, is there anything wrong with it? I mean, you want to be clean, right? And we all know we eating all type of food, greasy, fatty, all kind of bad food on Thanksgiving. We always agree that that is not a day to have sex. I did not realize that everybody was like, okay, I couldn't do it on that day, but this weekend, I'm getting it in. I need all the Fleet bottles. Crazy work. And the fact that they had to put signs, it's the fact that they had to put signs next to the bottles saying 2 per customer. They are limiting you punks because y'all are trying to all buy the Fleet bottles. You don't need that many. What are y'all planning on doing over the weekend? Or what did y'all do over the weekend? Well, we know what y'all did. It's just how much did y'all do it? I mean, I did it over the weekend, and I mean, so I get it, but I didn't think it was an epidemic. I did not know this was like a nationwide epidemic where people are running out of Fleet bottles in the store because all of you guys are buying it. I didn't even realize there was such a thing as like a spike on big food holidays. I didn't. It never crossed my mind. Thanksgiving weekend has never given me sexy time. I thought we all just had agreed that sex was going to be limited over that weekend because of the things we're eating. But apparently the girl said, not this year, not on my watch. I'm going to get every Fleet bottle in there so I can be ready. I don't have no word. I think it's hilarious. It is a Fleet epidemic, bitch. And they are running out of evidence. They are running out of evidence. Oh my God. The fact that they had to put signs up, that is really taking me out. Like, the signs what did it for me, because 2 per customer is crazy work that you have to say that. Because why do you need more than 2 anyways? What are you planning for? Like, what is going on over the weekend for Thanksgiving? What am I missing? I didn't know that was the time of the year where everybody be fucking like that. I would see if it was Valentine's Day. Maybe even New Year's. Hell, Halloween. I guess people need to be extra clean because they eating greasy and nasty food. I can't take it. I can't take it. They clearly was taking it, and they took a lot of it. Shit, they probably still taking it at this point with all them bottles. Y'all, bear with me. Shit is funny today. Okay, so how do I transition into this? On to some more serious things. I know last week, this would have been before Thanksgiving in Atlanta, of course. Apparently there was a stabbing in the Buckhead apartment complex early on Wednesday, so it would be the day before Thanksgiving, and apparently altercation between 2 men led to one of them being stabbed, and the victim died at the scene. The other man was taken to the Memorial Hospital, the Grady Memorial Hospital, with injuries, according to the police, and they're still investigating it. What is going on? Why is everybody trying to kill each other? I am so tired of seeing, every time I get on social media, another murder over stupid shit. I can guarantee almost this was not something worth killing someone over. It sounds like it could have just been a fight and it just led to a stabbing, which led to murder. Now you're going to be facing manslaughter or possibly murder charges. Like, you're going to jail. And I don't know how you can. I don't know. I don't know much about it. Like they said, they're still investigating it. It's a sad situation all around, honestly. I'm just tired of seeing cases like that, you know? Speaking of cases, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago. So I don't know if you guys remember back in 2022, a guy went missing, right? We were unable to find his body. And 2 weeks later, it was a gay guy, of course. His name was, what was his first and last name? Jimmy J. Lee, right? He went by Jay. And he was murdered or went missing. No one knew where he was. And then 2 weeks later, a guy with the name of Timothy Harrington Jr. was arrested for his murder. Now, mind you, his body was not found until this year. But with the evidence, because I remember looking into this case like a year ago. So when I was looking into this case, I did see that they use a lot of CCTV, phone information, text messages, locations, all of that to pinpoint Jay's last whereabouts. And it was with Timothy. And he finally decided to plead guilty. I thought he was going to fight it to the end because he was swearing up and down he didn't do it. But he has finally pled guilty. Just this past Monday to second-degree murder and tampering with evidence because, of course, he tried to get rid of all the evidence to show that he had any ties to Jay. You know? And it's just... it's sad. It's sad. Because the first trial he had, the jury could not reach a unanimous verdict due to the fact that Lee's body was still missing. Because mind you, they didn't find his body until this year. So he's being retried, and this time he decided to plead guilty because they have a body now. See, before, when a person goes missing, it is hard to prove that someone killed them if there's no body, because you can always use the excuse or the defense that they just up and left or they're just missing. And you can't prove it otherwise. But if you have their body, you can prove that, no, they're not missing. They are deceased. And now we can actually build a case around it. It is wild to me that for the past few years he was fighting this, trying to plead innocence and trying to make it seem as if that wasn't the case, when all the evidence leaded the police straight to him. They led it straight to him. Like, you're the last person that he was talking to, texting, whatever the case may be, having a back and forth about. He came to see you, and then magically he's gone. And you don't think people, come on, like, okay, we get it. You didn't want nobody to know you was gay. I am so sick of that. I am so sick of that. Every time y'all get upset because y'all don't want somebody to know y'all gay, y'all think that means to kill the person. You're still going to want men even though you kill somebody. What does that do? You just rip somebody from this world because they're comfortable in their skin and you're not comfortable in yours, but you want to lay with them and selfishly take them away from here because you aren't okay with who you are. It's the craziest mind fuck. I don't get it. And to go as far as doing what he did wasn't necessary. Wasn't. And trying to blame it on use the whole defense of it wasn't me, it was somebody else. No, it wasn't. It was you. It was fucking you. Everything's pointing at you. It was you. And I'm so tired of them doing that. Even with the Girl I Lost situation, they keep doing that. They get with these very flamboyant people that are out living in their truth, bright, bubbly, full of life, and y'all try to dim their light because you're not comfortable in your own presence and truth. Which, why the fuck would you want to be with somebody who's confident in themselves and you're not confident in yourself? You're just dimming them down because you can't handle the exposure, which is crazy work to me. And then you want to take them from this world because you're uncomfortable with yourself. And I would never respect men like that. And it's why I don't chase out the DL men. I've said this multiple times. I don't want nobody trying to portray a certain image. I don't have time for that, because then I have to portray an image with you. And I'm not going to do that. And I don't feel like having a clash with my spouse because I want to be who I am and he don't want to be who he is. Let's just not do this. Let's just not go down that path, because I'm not gonna change who I am to fit into whatever you're trying to pretend to be. No. And if you want me, you should want me as I am. Hell, if I want you, I'm gonna want you as you is. So why would I change for you and you're not gonna change for me? That is it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's all around stupid. And I'm, again, sick of cases like this. But I'm glad he decided to plead guilty. He thinks it's probably going to give him a lesser sentence. But no, you're going to fucking jail because you took someone from this world. You murdered someone and then tried to hide and cover it up. So you're going down. You're going down. You didn't think no one was going to find her body. They did. They found his body. They found Jay's body. And because I'm not sure if he identified as her or not, because I remember when I was looking into the case, he was a little bit more flamboyant. And it's always hard to see because everyone's not trans. So I don't remember what pronouns he used or she used, but I'm just going to keep saying they or Jay. Yeah. Jay was robbed of this world. Again, another young life taken for no reason. For no reason. And it's disgusting. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself and you're afraid of being exposed, why even mess with somebody that's out? That just sounds stupid. You expect somebody else to have the responsibility of keeping you in the closet? That's not their fucking responsibility. That's yours. If you worried about your image that bad, you don't lay with them. Because what the fuck are we doing? Weirdo. The fuck? Anywho, honestly, the holiday this week was cute. Thanksgiving was cute. And despite what's been going on in the media and what's going on in the world, I have been enjoying life. And even though life can be hectic and chaotic at times, I have found ways to just enjoy it and make the most out of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because when you see the news and you see the things that's happening to people day to day and the Trump administration and that bullshit, and just every single day a new serial killer or someone's been murdered, or there's just always something going on. And I keep up with true crime, so that don't make it no better. It's just always something. And it's just good sometimes to just lock in, put yourself in a bubble, and just make the most out of this shit. We only here for so long. I mean, let's be for real. We're not here forever. So, yeah, you have to find pleasure in everything. You have to find a way to make yourself happy and keep it going and keep it pushing. So you don't sit up here like, why am I here? What is my reasoning? What's my purpose? I went through a long time for the last few years, honestly, trying to figure out what is my purpose here. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to end up with? Or who do I want to end up with? If I do want to end up with anybody. Where do I want to move to? What kind of jobs I want to do? It's just so many things I was indecisive on, and I'm finally just making moves and doing what feels right and following my heart. Lord knows I've done that before and it has led me down a dark path, but I'm doing it again, trusting my instincts, trusting my gut, trusting my intuition, and just doing what feels right and what makes sense for the moment. And not overthinking it, because like I said in the top of the episode, I will overanalyze the fuck out of a situation to the point where I'm no longer thinking straight, and the things that I have settled on doesn't make any sense. There's no logic. It's based off of some crazy hypothetical that'll never happen, and somehow I have made it seem realistically gonna happen or something. I don't know. It's just it's maddening. It's honestly maddening. And I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. I'm at work. I'm training, trying to make sure I have this job solidified, make as much money on as I can, planning trips for next year, trying to plan dates, and I still want to go back to school, and then I still want to make sure I get me a car because I'm focused on getting me a new car, and just life can be so draining sometimes. So yes, you have to find ways to make yourself happy. And if that means laying in bed and watching Megan 2.0 with your dude and talking shit to the TV, then do that. Or if that means rolling up and smoking you a nice fat blunt, then baby, do that as well, because I ain't gonna knock that. Because yeah, sometimes you need to get the edge off and take the edge off, and whether that's in a glass of whiskey or it's a blunt. You know, I ain't saying, you know, go do some booger sugar on the side. I ain't say that, but I mean, if that's your vice, that's your vice. Party favors, woo, woo, woo. But that ain't what I do. Side note, I was buying some weed for my plug today, right? This nigga gonna stop me and say, bruh, you know anybody that want ice? And I tried to play it cool in my reaction, but I guess you could tell by my reaction on my face. Hell nah, I don't know nobody that do ice, which is Tina. That ain't number meth. And cause he bust out laughing, he was like, bro, the way you looked at me, bro, I could tell you ain't on that shit. I'm like, no, I don't know nothing about that shit. Like, I know people that do Tina, but I ain't going around looking for nobody that get them none. No, I'm not doing that. I don't got nothing to do with that. Don't put me in that. I don't want to be, I'm not a middle person when it comes to Tina and cocaine. No, I don't know nobody that do it. Get somebody else to find them. I can't help you with that. I will not be your bounty hunter when it comes to finding people that do Tina and ice and meth and whatever else y'all call it these days. I don't do it. And he was like, yeah, bro, you never know who be doing it. I like, yeah, I'll ask around. Not the fuck I look like. Hey, do you do Tina? Like, no, they're gonna think I'm the one doing it. No, I'm not for to ask around. And what I look like knowing somebody that sell it. Now people gonna think I'm the one doing it. No. You see how all this is just coming back to make me look crazy? Oh no. Can't have that. Can't have that. I just thought it was so funny because it was so random. Like, he just asked it, and my reaction naturally was just like, oh nah, bro. But the way I looked when he said it, before I said it, he bust out laughing because I just was really like, bro, what? What you just asked me? Hell no, I don't know nothing about that. I'm sorry. No, I don't know nothing about that. I'm sorry. Again, find somebody else to help you. I don't know nothing about that. If I did, I'll let you know. But baby, no, I don't know nothing about nobody that do that. Even though I do, I know some girls that do that stuff. I'm not in the habit of helping them and serving them and getting them the supplies. That is not the type of things that I partake in. I do weed and the weeds only. I like the marijuana and the gas and the loud. I don't know nothing about anything that goes in the pipe. Glass, spoon, anything like that. I don't know nothing about it. Seen it done, but never done by me. My God, today. My God, today. It was the audacity to ask me that. And again, can't be mad at it. He wanted to know. So, as I was stating earlier in the beginning of the episode, I don't know if you heard it in the intro, but this is a two-parter. So, that means when this episode ends, I will be getting a new episode. And the new episode will be taken off from where we're talking about now, which is nothing important. We are rambling on today, and we're just talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. It's nothing in particular. It's the holidays. Let loose a little bit. The fuck? And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I gotta say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.